Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our stream. We're back here with some removing the massive. Yeah. Removing the Mathis curse. Yeah. That's me. Just stop it.
Folks, if you play that backwards, it's what Nick meant to say.
Yes, if you play it backwards, you'll hear me speaking in the Gaelic
Ew,
tone.
don't put your butt on my phone.
Gross. But yes, we're back in here, and we are going to kick it right into it. I'm fucking struggling. Sorry. I'm Nick, and I play Kick Six Mantra. I am a tiefling barbarian. I'm buff. I'm beautiful. And I'm also a bozo. Ooh, the 3Bs, the Better Business Bureau, if you will. That's me, and I'm gonna pass it off to Kevin.
I'm Kevin. I play Bosco. Bosco is a very good boy. He is a golden retriever type, former familiar, now free on his own. He has chosen to spend his current existence employed by the Celestial Bureau of Familiar Affairs. And when last we saw Bosco, and last I had power while streaming, he was going down a hallway in the Bureau offices. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So let's pass things off to Roz.
I am Auguste Barra. I'm a human wizard. I don't know why I always have to reference that. Like, I haven't been playing this for like a month. But anyway, that's me. I see dead people. I have a slightly questionable family, but I love them. And I'm getting a ghost monkey. And Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm playing Tyga Ashton, who is a bear shifter warlock, and she has a fox familiar. And Derek.
Okay. I'm Derek, and I normally put out the story for everybody, and then they just do whatever they want without any regret, which is good because that's the way this thing goes. So I want to just quickly do a recap, and I've got some pretty good notes today, so this should be fast. Last session, there was a separation of the party in a sense, and Bosco remained at his office, while the rest were to return to August's house. And as they were heading back to the house, they were followed by a gnome and a deep gnome and a deep dwarf who were covered in soot and seemingly following them. By the time they got to the house, they noticed that
Hello?
Okay. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of weird ticking noise for a second. But I think it's all set now. So anyway, they were followed back to the house. They scared off the gnome and the dwarf that were following them, and then they found that there were city handprints on the locks, and it looked like something had happened to the house. So instead of going inside, they had a quick conversation with a young boy named Kyle, left a message with Kyle to tell Bosco where they were going, and decided to go off into the other section of town to the casino. As they, not directly to the casino, but to another safe house for August's family that was near the casino. When they were heading in there, the big thing that happened at first was that Kixix saw some guards carry off a man and give him a good beat down. So Kixix went to follow them and find out what was going on, while the rest of them rest of the party just kept walking. When he got there, he found out he kind of had been set up, and that they weren't actually beating up anybody. It was all a bit of a ploy to get someone to come in and intervene. And he was chased by, he used some magic to kind of convince one of the guards to run away, and then ran like crazy to catch back up with the rest of the party. And as they were heading towards the safe house, these people following them, a group of heavily armed orcs came out of the house, and several of the doors and windows up in the upper floors opened to reveal several more archers. They were all agents sent to protect August. It worked for her family. She was led inside, where they had a brief meeting with her brother, who was floating in his new pool on a Tensor's floating disc in his new pool. And then they went to the back to a bar where they had a brief meeting with her, with August's father, who happened to be wearing a silver crown, seemingly had a severe head trauma, and was talking about how he had become very, very rich because he convinced Melody Mathis to sign over the platinum mine to him in exchange for a jailbreak in which they were going to break her out of the prison. August was a little concerned about the way her father was acting. They managed to decrown him and find out that there was some injuries done, and that when the group had gone to the platinum mine, they were attacked by a tree and some sprites and some other things, a lot of fey creatures.
And Slender Man.
Yes, and Slender Man. And they gave Taika, or her father gave Taika, a jar that contained a sprite that was that he captured. I'm sorry?
I got a sprite in a jar.
Yes. You now have
Let him out.
a sprite in a jar.
I
And
prefer Mountain Dew, but whatever.
this is when we're going to shift focus. I've done the recap, but we're going to shift the focus now to what Bosco has done post paperwork. So we're gonna speed a little forward, not too much. You had a continued meeting on some paperwork that you had to accomplish.
I got a lot done while I wasn't there.
Yeah.
What does that
mean,
tell you? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I really feel like I was an anchor on the group. You were extremely productive.
There was
Well,
also
I
the
was
missing
gone.
kids. There's a lot.
Yep. Yeah, there was a whole discussion with Kyle, but then she basically left Kyle a message to give to you when you get there, which you'll see in a moment. But were there any specific topics that you wanted to address while you were still in the office?
I think there's going to be a lot of like water cooler talk. Catching up with coworkers I haven't seen in a little while. So a tremendous amount of office gossip. And if none of that is interesting enough to be worth a scene, I have a new boss.
There's actually an entirely new structure. Like, everybody at that level was replaced. In the various offices all around the world.
Okay, so
in addition to that, there's one other thing that you should know, and he points down to the aptly named Office 13. It's like, it's a bit of an exchange program. So you might not really want to go in there, but the individual in there is working for the other team.
Oh, they're trying this again. Every couple of 100 years, someone has the same idea and pretends it's new.
it's more of a they're trying to renegotiate their reach right now, and it's temporarily assigned a new office that is kind of between two offices that shouldn't exist but does exist because that's the nature of the building. There on the bright side, there's an uptake in snakes in the warm lands for for potential good side familiars.
Fair. So, do you think this is going to work out?
No.
Okay. I mean,
no.
We're just waiting to figure out when and how this horrible plan collapses. Okay.
There are rumors that the higher ups, those way up there, want to actually use this as there's a lot of looking around and come down and says they want to use it as a tool to regain some lost territory.
Oh, that again. Okay.
Yeah. Well, they said that there's an opening and a clause, and contracts and stuff, and this whole big thing. This some just got its wing angels sitting there going, I've skimmed this contract for 2,000 years. I know the loophole now, kind of thing. So I think what we're looking at is these people they want to do it, but they're trying to cushion. They're trying to put these people in positions of power to cushion the blowback that's most likely going to happen.
Well, hopefully I don't get caught up directly.
So what they kind of did is they took all the bureaucratic individuals and sent them to work elsewhere, and then they put the military individuals in the offices with us now. So should there be a conflict, they'll be better suited to deal with it.
Have you ever watched a Deva try to type? It's like long and forever taking. It's literally torturously painful. It's an act that belongs in hell.
Yeah, well, just and we haven't even talked about the lesser choir, the ones that just are those balls of light. Have you ever really tried to talk to one of them?
Oh, there was one in the bathroom the other day, and I didn't know what to do with it there. Like, I didn't know where it was looking. It was confusing.
Blink,
yeah.
Blink. It's like, yeah. Okay. Like, we have voices here. They should have voices too. But yet they still just come in and blink, 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 blink. It's like, I don't. Like,
no, I don't get it.
It's not.
What do they do?
They're here to just take notes and report up high, I bet. I don't think they do anything, if you ask me.
I can imagine that conversation going on for a very long time.
So, before we do carry this on too long, we're not in a little problem with the ghost monkey supplier.
Getting a lot of pressure on this one.
Yeah. They promise us they're sending a replacement, but this is what
happened to the first one.
I'm getting there. But this is what we got right now. And he goes over, points the little cage, removes the thing, and it's just a ghost. It's not a ghost monkey, it's just a ghost.
A ghost of...
It's just this
blob of ectoplasm.
It has no solid form or anything, and it's just kind of oozing out of the cage, and there's they go over to clean it up and everything.
I'm going to slide over next to the guy I've been talking to, and put my chalkboard up so the blob can't see it. It's like, it doesn't have a face. It should have a face, right? Like minimum standards face.
It doesn't have anything. I mean, we can't even get the only thing it keeps saying is food. It's like we know it's not a baby, but it's kind of communicating at that kind of level. Actually, you know what? We're not even sure if it's not a baby. We just don't know.
I mean, like, try putting in like a mold to make it monkey shaped.
Well, they tried the zapping thing, and then the like that commune thing that they do where they put it in that circle and the holy light shines down on it, and all it kept doing was like
Odo it.
Yeah, all it kept doing was just like reflecting the light everywhere. It was almost like a disco, because there was like flashes of light everywhere and everything, and it just kept saying food and like, we're gonna get a real one. We are gonna get a real one, and it's supposed to be
this one's defective, is what you're saying?
We don't know. We can't even say it's defective. It's just there.
Well, I'm not doing the paperwork
Shouldn't
on it.
be.
If I'm not giving it to the delivery, I'm not doing paperwork.
Yeah. Okay. Like it's done. It's taken care of. Okay. The paperwork is taken care of, but we have one small glitch.
Just get it out and let me know.
It has to be disposed of, or returned, and nobody wants to return it.
Well, I'm not going to do it. Like, you want me to dispose
nobody
of it?
wants to return
it. What do you want me to do? Like, take it out behind the building and shoot it in the face? It doesn't have a face.
I know. That's what we're trying to say. And the problem is, 12 of us have already tried to dispose of it, and it just keeps coming back. It's very resilient, whatever it is.
So what do you think we should do with it? I mean,
my honest opinion, we should just give it a badge and make it middle management. It's already got all of the perks. It's already got all of the necessary components for that job. Formless bureaucracy.
Seriously, if you just put the blob in accounting, I don't think anyone would notice.
Okay, I think we'll try that. So what is there anything else we can help you with, though? I know you've been on the road for a while, and I know some things are going on, and
I mean,
trying to
it's
keep
good.
you up
I'm
in
getting
touch.
stretching legs. There's a woman I met recently who has a fox familiar. I'm still trying to get assess that situation. So it's kind of like doing it as a stealth audit.
Oh, he's an outsider. He ain't part of this bureau. He's like that third faction that we talk about sometimes. And he's got a big backer though.
Uh-huh.
It's well, you didn't hear it from me. She's one of like that court in the Feywild. It's like,
Oh,
yeah.
royalty.
Yeah. But from all that we've gathered information about him, or about, well, actually, we don't even quite know that information. But let's just say all the information we were ever together is good. It's good folk. We just don't know much about it.
All right. Well, I'll monitor that situation, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't think, given the nature of the patron involved, I wouldn't say that it'll be trouble, but I think there may be eventually some misunderstanding of guidelines.
Are warlock familiars kind of like outside contractors?
Well,
Maybe
I think that really
freelancers?
I think it all really depends on who they come through, like the patron, because some of those the upper planar individuals that sponsor warlocks, they tend to jump into the to the to the to the bureaucracy of of this. But some of those the real outside guys, the guys from beyond the stars, those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They they don't even sit down at the table without screaming about 1,000 eyes and dreams and we're gonna get you and all this, like, you know the spiel, the stuff they talk about. So I would say that I don't think it's going to be much of a, or they are going to be much of a problem, but um just be aware there may be some unintentional flaunting of certain rules that you might be used to, but unless it's very detrimental to the health of the individual or else, just kind of let it slide, because we really don't want that whole storming the bureau and explaining to us how we are their mighty, we are beyond you, and
it'll end up in their tabloids, and it just gets weird.
yeah, and they're good. They are more or less good people. So
what should I tell August about the ghost monkey situation?
If everything goes well tonight, the new one should arrive. Just don't mention. And he looks over, eyes up and down that thing. Yeah, just don't talk about that thing anymore. So if we got to get you, we got to get you back to where you should be. But
I've almost certainly lost track of timing.
Yeah, we'll let you know if anything else goes on. And boss wants you to keep one of these now, and there's like this little whistle just floats out the air, and he goes, yes, we are aware it's going to be very hard for you to put this thing in your mouth and blow it, but that's not the point. It will let you send an emergency message to us if you absolutely need us.
I have a work phone now?
Yeah, but it's kind of a really bad plan. It's got like 2 uses and then it just fizzles into nothing.
Emergency text messaging.
Yeah, that's about all we get. So that means no, you just can't do half the stuff. You're just lucky you're not like in a worker position anymore. All the new regulations that have come down about fur length and like attire and all this other stuff, it's very military.
I think I'm going to get out of here then before someone starts telling me what new rules are.
Oh yeah. Okay. Take it easy, and you know where to find me if you need anything else.
Yep.
We should have this evening. We should have the new candidate in charge.
Fair. Oh, and count me in for softball this summer. And then I'm out.
Okay, and they put you on the list, and you start to head out, and you start to you go through the crowd, and you head over. And you head over to August's house, and when you get there, you find you don't see anybody at first, but you do find that there are these sooty kind of handprints all over the lock and the keys. The windows are closed, and they also have some sooty handprints. And you see a little kid who like looks up at you and he goes, "Hey, dog!"
Mad rude.
Stop and look at him.
He goes, "Dog, come here! I want to pet you."
Is he the one that matches the sooty handprints?
Not at all. His hands are much smaller than the handprints. They actually look a lot.
Pudding. Please get
They
off.
look pretty big. A lot more like dwarven handprints compared to his, and his are very small human kid. Like, come here, I want to pet you. Come here.
I'm very conflicted about this. Is one,
August said I could pet you.
Okay.
I did not say that, just so you know. But he's thinking of a tactic. I like it.
The chalkboard is going to flash. August? ? But
Yes.
But Bosco's internal problem right now is that I really want head scratches, but I don't want the dirty child to touch me. So I just I don't know. I'm a little conflicted on this right now, so I'm not.
I'm sure
I'm
there's
not
an
centered.
app for that, Bosco.
So as you come a little closer, and he goes, "Don't." He's like, as soon as he's close enough that he can kind of talk a little lower, he's like, "Don't worry, I'm not actually gonna pet you. She told me not to touch you.
So,
but I had to say something to get you to come over here."
So, flashing up a small chalkboard. So where is August?
Okay,
I'm supposed to meet her here.
I want to show you one thing, and then I'll tell you exactly what's going on. If you'll follow me to the alley over there, I'm going to show you something that I tried to show them, but they wouldn't listen.
Yeah, they're not good at that.
Well,
or
maybe I just forgot to tell them. I don't remember. But anyway, so as the two of you start walking, he's like, they went to there's another house near the casino. They went there because they said that this house was in trouble because the marks on the door and the windows and stuff. So they never went inside. But when I was over here in the alley, my brother and a couple other kids were snatched up. But after we saw this,
it's okay.
And he shows you to the edge of this alley, and in this alley, there's like the normal brick wall, and it looks like a portion of that brick has been broken away and exposed, and underneath it is this like marble wall, and on the marble wall, though, in these black colors is it's like a black robed individual leading a bunch of children. And these children have like broken instruments in their hands, and they obviously appear to be like dead. This is just all like art, like on this wall, and it looks a lot like the thing that August said she saw when you headed out into the woods. It's like, we found these pictures, we were playing, and then we kicked the wall, and then the brick fell, and then we saw this all this underneath here, and as soon as we saw all this. That guy, and he points to the black robed, like tall black robed individual. He kind of came out and grabbed my brother and a couple of our friends and disappeared. He didn't come from the wall. He just came from like the wall, the street. He came from the street and grabbed us, or grabbed them. But I stayed, and I told August that I would deliver you the message. And now I've given the message. Now I got to go home and I got to tell my mom that, well, I got I don't know. I just have to tell my mom because I don't think anybody knows yet.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything about your trial. I just do I know where that other safe house would be to track down?
He does go. He sits down and like pulls up just there's dirt on the ground, and he basically throws a little X where you're at, and he gives you a very detailed, surprisingly very detailed map, kind of leading you to where you have to go. And you don't seem to have any. He doesn't seem to have any difficulty giving you like very exacting directions.
Yeah. Well, he was also showing a lot of life details there too. So
yeah,
I think we had a moment.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's well, what you do know about these are the same kids or part of the same kids that have been kind of act as couriers for August's family. Like they just
so they've been pretty traumatized.
Yeah, they do a lot of running around in the town and stuff for exchange for food and clothing and stuff, and they live better than they look, but they play really the street kind of thing right now.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the kid, so I'm gonna rush off to the second safe house.
Okay, as you go through the town, you start to notice that you are leaving. This is kind of like a middle class kind of neighborhood, and then you end up going into a place that is a mix of immensely large, very costly buildings, to include a large casino, and like burnt out older, like dual level houses or various houses that have not been upkept, and there's been no upkeep in years on these things. You do see several guards walking through the thing, but as a single dog in the street, you kind of just nobody really looks down, so you kind of are able to go along. And as you start to get towards the direction of where you're told, this door opens and three orcs walk out. They're wearing black leather armor. They have very distinctive, like shortcut like haircuts, very distinctive markings on their armor, and they're carrying these large, oversized kind of. They're a lot bigger than kind of what you would standardly expect crossbows. And they look at you, and one of them's like, "You Bosco?"
Yes.
Inside. And they two of them step aside, and the door's wide open and left for you to.
Okay. A little bit of confidence here. We'll go through.
So the first thing you find as you walk in here is there's a pool. And there's an empty floating disc in the center of this pool. There's a hallway that leads down back behind this pool, and there's nobody else in this room at all. Unlike outside, this really looks like the best way to put it is someone got a lot of money very recently, and then they wanted something to appear like low-key outside, but they wanted to show it off more inside. So you're seeing like animal pelts and like gilded frames and all this stuff that's a little bit tacky.
The tacky things non-rich people think rich people have.
Yeah, some of that's there, and there are some genuinely like appropriately like items that would be like old rich kind of style stuff, but it just seems like it's all mixed together, so it's a little hard to tell as you walk by. Well, there is a path that leads to the south, and there's a path that leads to the west. To the west, there is two of these orcs that are just kind of standing in the thing, and when you look to the west, they kind of shake their head no.
Okay.
Like before you even get any like idea, they kind of lead you.
I'll let them kind of lead me the way I'm going.
They kind of point to the south, or they point to the northern thing, and as you're going, the first thing that you see as you go in is there's a door open directly to your west, and there's like it smells heavily of smoke and explosives, and you look in there and there's two guys, and they appear to be putting the pieces of a third person into a bag.
Well,
and the whole room is like full of explosives, and you can see like other mixes and stuff.
I do not like these unsafe working conditions.
The one thing that you do notice is that the explosion goes no further than the door. The smell does, but like there's basically magic protecting the inside of the room, that if an explosion happens, it's contained in there.
So yeah, I'm just gonna slide past that and very much pretend I didn't see it.
Okay. And as you come through, that's when you see the rest of the party, and in this room there's this makeshift throne that's been put together, and there's currently nobody on it, but August is in deep conversation with an older gentleman who has a nasty looking bump on his head.
I'll make my way over towards August, and I'm not going to say anything, but I'll just make myself be seen. Walk in front of her a little bit. Like, just into her line of sight.
What? Hello.
Oh,
Hello, biscuit.
Yeah, so Bosco has come in now, and you guys are in the middle of tending to August's father and kind of getting the gist of what their plans were and everything. You just
had gotten to catch you up on.
It was. You know how it gets when you get back into the office after a while, and everybody wants to have a word with you. I just lost track of time.
Gotcha.
Now I've had a second thought about something. We need a little more time to do something. So I was wondering, like, you guys said that you wanted to speak to this girl.
We did, but if she already made a deal with my brother and stuff, we can wait till after.
Yeah, she kind of came up with the same plan we were going to suggest before we got to suggest it.
So,
I swear I had no idea.
But we need a bit more time to get a couple of things in play. If any of us go there and have a discussion with her right now, there are going to be questions. There will be questions asked from a lot of people that we don't want to have questions asked from. But if, and he looks down at looks down at Bosco. It's like, but if you and he points to Kix, if you guys, like, and you as well, pointing to Taika.
Bless you.
Sorry about that.
Do it again. Or you're a robot.
What?
What?
If you don't sneeze twice, you're a robot.
What do you mean?
Look,
Fucking
on
Cylon.
average, listen, on average, I sneezed 13 times. So you're lucky that was just one. Okay.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah. And I am a robot. We've already discussed that.
What
Okay.
did I do? Blue.
What?
Nick
What?
keeps yelling at me.
I keep huffing at you.
Okay, so
Anyway, continue. God.
yeah. So this is a thought I just had now that my mind's kind of cleared up a little bit. What if you guys just went in there and you requested a conversation with her, you had a little bit of a conversation with her, and you gave her a little gift from us. Let's call it a little bit of a distraction.
I'm confused. What kind of gift are we talking about here? Like, are we giving her like an actual gift, or what are we doing in terms of this gift?
Well,
Are we giving her a big old kiss? Like, what are we gonna do?
she's gonna go.
Muscle milk.
She's supposed to go to
Muscle milk.
trial. She's supposed to go to trial in 2 days. And since the talk of everything is this trial will end in a public execution due to the individual that she caused harm to, you know, in their point of view, right? I would say if you bring her last meal,
Muscle milk.
Yeah, definitely muscle milk.
if you bring her last meal and include, and he looks around and he goes, "Look, we got an alchemist here that can make pretty much anything explode."
Why would we? Wait, what's the explosion for?
I've seen
to
it
get her out?
firsthand.
It's a distraction. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is very simple.
Okay, fine.
We're
I'll
gonna
make
put
out with the guards.
We're gonna put a little extra for a meal on her tray. We're gonna send you in with the tray. Some of that stuff nobody should eat.
Okay.
What you're gonna do is you're just gonna casually toss it places as you near her cell, and then you're gonna give her meal, have a quick discussion with her, and then you're gonna leave. And then we're going to put the plan into action.
How the fuck do I nonchalantly toss food around the walls without people noticing?
Yeah, I've just seen this image of you like walking down the hallway flinging mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it's like
It's
ping,
not.
ping, ping.
No, it's not in the walls.
Yeah,
I'm trying
hold
to
on.
explain to you.
I'm gonna be throwing C4 basically at the walls as I'm going down, but that doesn't make sense to me because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be watched.
Fuck, is that the
No.
real GIF? I don't think I've ever
Yes.
seen it.
No. So what I was to say, you're just gonna put a few things down a few select areas near the cells. You're not gonna be tossing it around out in the open. You're not gonna be tossing it around. And we already got it covered. The guard that will take you in is our guy.
Taika's gonna have to do this.
Yeah,
Let's just face it. I mean,
I'm really
Nick.
bad at this stuff. I mean, Tiger, you might be.
Okay, I
really
thought I was
good.
the only one. Like I am not good at subterfuge.
I'm not great. I'm not graceful at throwing things at the wall. So like.
Okay. So what you're saying is we can't count on you to do this. That's fine.
Well, I'll
can't
be there
count
to
on you
block.
to do
Taika can do it. Taika can do it.
Listen, I'll block the view. But other than that, I'll make out with the guards if I have to. But other than that, that's all I'm good for.
They're great for distraction. Bosco's great for conversation.
And
Tycho's
distraction.
gonna have to be the executioner. I mean, not literally executioner, like
The operative.
Yeah.
execution.
Tycho's gonna be the one who fucking murders everyone.
Like, you know.
So now you're getting elected to carry explosives and possibly toss them around in a cell.
And
Or-
we're
or
offering
in a
to
prison.
talk to people to give you a chance to do that.
And then leave.
Mm-hmm.
What's your stealth?
Look, like I said, the guards that will carry you, the guards that will walk you in are our guys.
This is the least stealthy of parties.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Tycho,
Oh,
what's your
wait.
stealth?
Hold on. I'm +4. I mean, +3 stealth. Taika, what's yours?
Stealth +1.
Yeah, we're
+3. I could probably stealth it, but it's gonna be very clumsy. Oh wait, I have +4, 5 in acrobatics. Wait, I have +4 in athletics. What the fuck? I didn't even know that.
You're a Kimrat. How could you not have a plus in athletics?
I don't know. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a dumb bitch. Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
is disguise self literally disguise self? Because I can also
Yeah.
help with that.
What else?
You
would
can
it be?
you can
I
make
can disguise someone else. No, it's literally self. Never mind.
Is snow?
You know what? Suck my dick.
Is
You
breathing
don't have that one
actually?
memorized right now?
Huh?
You don't have it memorized right now?
No, not right now.
Okay.
no, but disguise self only works on yourself.
Just trying to help.
I have mage hand and minor illusion.
Oh, true that.
Yeah.
See,
So you could
guys,
like yank on somebody's pocket.
yeah, don't sell yourselves short. You have
got
a lot
this.
of skills,
Have fun.
And-
I'm
and-
gonna be in the pool.
and your father looks at you and goes, August, I know we don't ask you to do a lot of this stuff, but this is a platinum mine. This is
Wait,
like
you want me to go?
money for us.
I thought you just met my friends.
Well,
I mean, I'll go, but like, I'm still semi-associated with you. If
yeah, but
That
Like-
disguise self may come in handy.
the people that are interested in us and her right now
Minor illusion.
don't really know you.
I totally thought I wasn't involved in this. Let me pay attention now. Yes, I can help.
So it's very simple. And he pulls out 3 small pouches. They're really only probably have maybe a teaspoon or 2 of something in it. Okay?
Sugar?
You just have to drop these, the contents of these. They're going to come out. It's going to look like dust. It's not a big deal.
Oh, thank
You've
God.
got to put it in 3 spaces. The guard that will walk you in is our guy. I guarantee you, no one is going to find out.
Can I be a priest? I want to be a priest.
Sure.
That's right.
You can be a priest.
Dominus Christe.
That's it. But listen, it's we can get your help on this, or we can go for some outside help. It's up to you.
Hell that. We're gonna do it ourselves. And
It's
we're
up to
gonna-
you.
We're gonna
But
fuck it up
No,
gracefully.
we're totally gonna crush this. Oh,
okay, and I promise you that what you leave behind is not gonna go off anytime that you're there.
Sure,
You
whatever.
fucking promise?
Yes.
Okay.
You good girl.
I was gonna say, don't need this blowing up in our face. Wink, wink. But
I mean,
And he goes, "Let me show you." And he takes one of the pouches and he just throws it down on the ground as hard as he possibly can. The pouch splits open. The dust goes everywhere. And he goes, now watch this. And he goes over
Could
and
you
he just
fucking not?
stomps on it, stomps on it, stomps on it, stomps on it, and nothing happens. And then he goes, he takes a step back. He goes, everybody take about 2 steps back.
Could you
Come
fucking
on,
not,
come
Dad?
back,
Jesus
come back,
Christ.
come back, come back.
Okay. Wow, your dad's
Come
really
back.
cool and embarrasses you.
And he
I love
he reaches into his pouch and he pulls out a ring and you see him just kind of rub the ring for a second, and then he says something under his breath, and all of that little dust particles, they flare up in reds and greens, and then there's like a momentary like cloud of like ash and smoke, and then nothing. He goes,
Wow,
see?
that was
It all like, I'm not putting you in harm's way. Do you think I would do that to you?
I'm not worried about that. I just thought you didn't want me to go at first. Now I'm super happy. Fucking we got this.
No.
alrighty.
No, if
I'm gonna be a
anything,
priest.
if anything, I want you to go to make sure your friends don't screw this up.
Wow, okay. Okay, that's
The only
fair.
one we have to worry about is, the junk.
Well, I'm just saying. And he looks at the rest of you and goes, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. I just don't know you.
Yeah.
That's
You
my
almost
daughter.
fell for the, I'm a victim.
I think I would be
Way
offended
here,
if
so.
you assumed I was good at this sort of thing.
Yeah,
So
that's
The dog?
That's my daughter. Okay, and you
So very
guys
nice.
Really?
are just complete random strangers that I'm gonna use to perform one step in a prison break.
No.
I mean,
Okay, fair.
when you say it like that,
We got this. We got 3 people with mage hand. We're good.
And
I think
we get true.
What? Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
Stop.
I think we
No,
should frame this in a way where it's very clear that we're helping someone escape false justice.
Yes.
The fuck is false justice?
Like, she's being set up and framed for something she didn't do, something that's not a crime. And
Okay.
we're not breaking a criminal out of prison. We're breaking an innocent person out of prison.
An innocent criminal. Okay, fair.
Not that it really matters.
Yes, you are. You are. I assure you, you are breaking out in our eyes an innocent woman who does not deserve to be imprisoned, who sold us or who gave us a platinum mine. In her defense, I don't believe. In her defense, I do not believe that any of the charges that were issued to her are real. I know the individuals that have pledged witnesses, and they are often paid to have an opinion.
You mean like me in a blind study?
No, we're talking about individuals that can fool a zone of truth.
So like me in a blind study.
I mean, I've never had to.
So what I'm saying to you is this is on the up and up, and it's good karma for you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Okay. Yes, it makes yes, it made us some money, but we don't think Melody is guilty of anything. And the only way that we can see to her justice, see to like proper justice for her, is to break her out.
Okay, then let's do this.
I'm down with the clown,
I'm gonna be very honest with you right now. She paid for our services, and that's why we're doing this. We're not overly altruistic with what we do, but we keep our word. you can ask August. We do try to treat people fairly. Well, most people fairly.
Racist.
We don't get involved in anything too sordid either. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. No, you don't. You don't treat. You're not going to treat a thief fairly if you know he's reaching for your pocket.
True.
Okay.
Okay, you know we have this, so
Mhm.
we've got it.
Yeah.
I'm actually happy to participate. Well, okay, so this is just pre shit going down.
You're going to deliver
Where is
a
she gonna
meal.
go after? Is she gonna be who's taking her to safety after we get her out?
Got your brother, and we've got Big Greens out there. You met the Big Greens.
Yeah.
There's about 6 dozen of them.
The big greens.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would like that.
God, you're giving me the
No.
big greens right now.
They don't like
That's-
green beans.
No, that's what they call themselves.
Oh. Can we call
Okay.
him Big Red then?
Who, me?
Uh-huh.
I'm purple.
Why the fuck are you purple?
Because
Don't
he
be
fell down and got
racist.
bruised.
Like, shut up!
Giant eggplant.
Don't add me. Just
No, so
giant eggplant.
okay. So I will go over the plan very quickly for you one last time. This is what happens.
Sprinkle
You
fairy
go,
dust.
you go deliver a meal, sprinkle fairy dust, have a conversation with her if you'd like. That's kind of what you're going to be there, because the longer you stay there, the more our other team can do what they need to do. Okay.
Will we be
What-
under surveillance while speaking with her?
I mean, there may very well be a couple of other guards around, because it's a prison, and I can't guarantee that only our guys will be there. But they do allow her some pretty. They are pretty free about her communications as long as she remains secured.
All right. For
Okay.
personal reasons, which you're aware of, do we have a list of any people that I should expect versus shouldn't be there?
So,
Any recent dead
uh,
who have been murdered in jail or anything? So fucking psycho.
well, that's a good question. I don't have an answer for you
Okay.
on that, precisely because the last 2 days I have spent nursing my own injury, but
Not that you've heard of though. Nobody in the past few.
no, not that I've heard of, and I've gotten no reports back yet. If I get further information, I'll make sure that you find it. So what you're going to do, though, is you're going to have a conversation with her and work that in for as little or as long as you'd like. The longer you stay there, the easier it is going to be for us to do what we need to do. Then you're going to leave. And then sometime later this evening, not when you're there, we're going to put the mojo on the dust, and we're going to start our
We're gonna try and fuck the dust.
Mojo does.
we're going to start our next phase of the plan.
Phase bada boom.
Yes.
Bada bing.
And then the big green
bada boom.
are going to go in. They're going to extract her. And then they're going to come back. Now I'm telling you this because just so you understand this, these guys are best way to describe them is they're from Tarl. They've trained for years and years and years, and they carry the big guns if they need it. Well, actually, there is one of them that carries a big gun, but they carry the big weapons when they need it. and they're not above. They're going to get her out clean and with the least amount of problem for other situations.
Groovy.
And then I can't make that link. Walter would know. Yes. I can't.
I'm familiar with the efficiency of Orcish commandos.
Yes. In fact, you're familiar with the efficiency of these specific Orcish commandos because they're the same exact ones that you will meet. That the other group will meet several years from now. Yes. So that's the deal. You'll be in and out, nothing going wrong. You'll be back here drinking, playing cards, doing whatever you want to do by sundown.
Ideally, how much time would you like us to spend in there? Because I can make that happen.
Give me a half hour to an hour.
Gotcha.
Half hour to an hour.
That's fair.
But then here comes the next thing, though. Once we have her out and extracted, we're gonna. Big Green's decided they're not transporting her beyond us because they have another thing that they have to go to, another agreement that they've made, and contracts are important. But they have offered to book us or to book her passage off to Meadowwild. And we were wondering if any of you had contacts there.
I would assume there's a bureau office in Meadowwild. I would assume it's a fairly sizable one.
It's probably 6 or 7 times the floor space of this one, plus the offices and all that stuff.
Would it be the regional home office? Is that really what it ends up being?
It's like the planar home office. It's like the biggest in this.
That's what I meant by region.
Oh yeah. In that case, yes. So yeah.
I could have a contact down there, but he's a little bit hard to find. The only way you can find him is by singing a beautiful song with muscles.
Okay.
But I think we'll have a better time looking for Bosco's contact than my meathead contact.
I would just think it was some sort of drag karaoke show.
Oh, that works too. Well, there's the other guy, but
So I mean, it's not like we have a means of getting her there safely, but I just wanted to have a means of someone relaying to us that she did arrive there and is in protective, in a protective situation right now.
Yeah, the drag mama can definitely keep a secret and keep it on the lowdown. Hunty.
We can make this work.
We have a couple of ways of sending out some messages and such. So when you get back, we'll deal with that issue. But if you can do this for us, look, I know when we talk about money and stuff, it sometimes sours the situation, but I think we can reward you pretty well for your time and effort if you're willing to do this for us.
That's fair enough for me, I guess.
I mean, and it looks like we have similar purposes. We both want to see this girl out.
Yeah,
knocked out or
out of prison.
Oh,
what are
sorry.
you talking about? Knocked out?
I didn't know.
I am ready to go be a hero.
Okay.
I am a hero.
So you're basically given the gear, basically a tray, several of those small pouches. There's 6 of them, and in case you lose some, you only need to use about 3. I wouldn't do more. There's a couple more there. There's a tray. They put some freshly made food on there so that if anybody opens it, it's actual food. And they're like, it's. We even have some appropriate wear for everybody, but you. It looks at Bosco, but if you just
naked is beautiful.
If you just travel with them, I don't think anybody's going to question what a dog's wearing.
Wow, the dog's naked. Ew.
I get a lot more questions when I'm wearing something.
It's a good point. Good point.
Which is a shame because I really like hats. Anyway.
You really like hats? Well, keep that in mind. So you're ushered out, and then you're fitted for appropriate. Kind of basically, it looks like kind of catering gear. Like you're kind of like. It's not really formal, but it's more of a servant's kind of cook kind of wear. But it's fitted well. It's fitted well in that it's fitted well and aged and kind of distressed well so that it looks appropriate and not like you just bought new stuff and you're just walking in. So everybody is given this stuff and you head off. And the first thing that you notice about this prison is it's about 6 stories tall. It's a very rectangular black stone building, 6 stories above ground, and you know for a fact it's multiple stories down below. Guards, they don't even bother to check any credentials or anything. They just wave you through. August, did you just do any additional stuff with this guy's self? I know you were talking about that.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me find it, because I've never used it.
Well, you can make your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings look different until the spell ends. You can be 1 foot shorter or taller. It can be thin, fat, or in between. You can't change your body type. You must adapt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs, which means that you can't like disguise yourself as a dog or something like that.
I'll be the talking cat. No. I'm just gonna try to look like a local like missionary priest type deal who just came to try to convert the prisoner over and save them before they are sentenced type of deal. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just religious counseling. That's what I want to look like. Whatever that is.
Okay. Can you give me a deception check and give yourself advantage because of the spell?
14.
Okay, thank you.
Did you have a religious upbringing?
No, I just say that, like, just in the interest of education, my dad gave me a good education about that type of stuff, but.
Oh, the religious upbringing she had was, here's how you can act like a priest, so you can swindle someone if you need to. Here's how you can act like like one of the clergy if you need to get by and do something. But that's the extent of religious.
Yeah.
I was just curious if there was some type of like Italian mafia / Catholic Church connection, where it's hard to say where one ends and the other begins.
No, these this group as a whole just kind of, they don't do a lot of like real deep shady stuff, but they are kind of like moderate criminals, and they enjoy
Little baby
costuming.
one.
They enjoy costuming. They have a lot of different. They have a lot of
Survival
different disguises. Yes. Yeah. So, okay. So, Bosco, did you do anything to change your appearance?
No, I'm perfect.
Okay. Kixik, did you do anything besides the clothing that they gave you?
Well, let me check on something real quick because I want to see.
Sure.
How much this does. Because I want to see. Oh, I do actually have disguise self. I think I can also do disguise self to kind of make myself look less.
Okay.
I'm gonna make myself look more of a kind of Fuck. Oh,
You
yeah,
can
yeah,
make
yeah.
yourself appear to be human or some other race. You can disguise your tail as part of your
I'll definitely do it
all that stuff.
as a human in like definitely get like a somewhat shorter human, kind of lanky.
So roll me a deception check with advantage.
Like a lanky Danny DeVito.
Gross, but yeah. Danny DeVito. So that is a 13.
Okay. And Taika, is there anything that you do besides the clothing that they gave you?
No. Is my fox coming with us, or does he, whatever, have to stay behind?
Oh no, that your fox can come with you, but I also figured since it's a kind of a fox, you probably have a means of storing your fox kind of not like kind of like an old familiar pocket, if you know what I mean. It's just like you basically have something in your clothes and wardrobe where it can go in and just hide.
Oh, okay.
I'm 99% certain familiars.
Pocket in my robe.
Yep.
Nice.
There's
Okay.
always pockets in robes. Well, okay, let's put it this way. There's always pockets in robes in this world for sure because people need pockets. And anybody who tells me that clothing shouldn't have pockets, they're wrong.
Oh my
I
god.
agree. 100%.
They're wrong. You always need more pockets than you actually have. But, you know, at least get a couple of very basic pockets. So yeah, so you would have basically a setup where you can bring your familiar with you, kind of it's there, it's kind of hidden amongst your clothing, but it's such a way that it doesn't slow you down or anything. It's built well.
Oh my god, can he just pretend to be a backpack?
I was thinking like a buckle, but that's fine.
A buckle. Oh my god, yes. A hairy buckle.
No, a buckle, like, for like, like the dress, like the butt part.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Well, you could do that too. Either way, it works for me. Yep. You can put it in a pocket dimension. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. You can also dismiss, temporarily dismiss a familiar if you needed so, as Kevin has pointed out.
Like someone a foxhole for him to jump into.
Yeah.
And he's just safe in there until you need him again.
Yep. So there's the moments when you get there, the guards they don't even look at you. They just pass you by, and then they wave you by when you're pushing this cart of the food and everything, and you start to head down, and there's supposed to be this point where you check in where you're supposed to be led to the prisoner, and instead of checking in, there's a guard waiting for you. August, you haven't seen this guy in probably 5 years, but he does look he's someone that your father's done business with before and everything, and he doesn't really look at you, but he leads, he waves the whole group kind of to this small elevator that takes you down 2 stories and down this hall, and there are all the cells that you pass are empty until you get to her. Oh, and when you come to this cell, the woman that is in this cell is probably in her early 20s. Her hair does not look like it has been combed or kind of kept in any kind of thing for several weeks. It's dark black, like with knots and just kind of shooting out in all the various directions, and
Does she look like Terry?
Dirt and stuff.
Does she look like Terry?
Terry who?
The zombie.
Oh yeah. Terry. Yes. No. A little bit. There is a family resemblance. But not quite. She has very pale skin, brown eyes, but what she's wearing now is essentially like a sack dress, but her arms are held back behind her and her fingers are bound individually in this wrap. Did you notice this is essentially a precaution against casting somatic components of a spell? She does have a small metal plate in her mouth right now, which is
Jesus.
once again, yes, which is once again something to keep her from casting spells. When you get there, the guard just casually walks over and pulls the thing out of her mouth and just tosses it to the side. Doesn't even give it back to her, or doesn't even put it to a point where she can have it back. And he goes, he looks back at you guys. He goes, I can't undo her hands right now. There's a deal with that. And he points down to it, and there's a small seal on it that if you break that seal, it would alert whoever bound her. It's like that.
Jesus.
But I can get rid of the mouth thing, and she can talk to you. But I wouldn't stay past an hour because guard shift changes in about an hour and a half, and some people are going to be wondering. But right now, you've got a good hour before you need to get out. I don't know you. You don't know me. And then he just walks away.
Okay, onward. So we're in there with her, right?
Yeah.
Is anybody watching us right now?
No, this is you're 2 floors down. There doesn't appear to be anybody watching anybody in here. All of the other cells in this entire block are empty. It's just you and this girl.
Alright, so then let's sprinkle our fairy dust immediately.
Yep.
Okay. So can we consider that done?
Yep. So you get the dust out there, and she's like, what are you? And she goes, okay, I'm not going to ask questions.
Yeah, best not to. I'm just gonna try to be quiet just in case. You should be out of here shortly.
I don't know how they expect me to eat. And her hands are behind her back. She's like,
is there food? We did bring real food, right?
Yeah, you did bring real food in the tray.
Her.
Okay, so what do
playing Mage Hand Choo Choo Train?
And what do you want? like, I mean, I hate to be this type of person, but like tomorrow they're gonna get rid of me.
No,
they
we're
won't go
gonna
for that.
get rid of you.
Wow, you're gonna
like take
cancel?
you somewhere better.
Damn.
You're gonna be fine.
They're gonna cancel her, and she didn't even have a season 1.
I'm just gonna let her know you get what you pay for. We got you.
Okay, so what is?
We're here to make out with the guards. No, I'm
why
just
is
kidding.
it? Why is there a dog here?
He's
Why
with us.
wouldn't there be a dog here?
Wow, racist.
He's a familiar.
Jeez.
He's a professional familiar.
I can't believe
Retired.
this. Like, we're trying to rescue you, and you're here insulting everyone. Like, what the fuck?
This is the middle
She's
of a
just asking
prison.
questions.
This is the middle of a prison. They're trying to set me up to kill me, and
God, rude bitch. Like, we understand that you're gonna die, but like, you don't have to.
Please don't say
and
that out loud.
it is not. It is not often that in the 3 months that I've been here that I've seen anything that wasn't a human guard.
Well,
So
quite
a
obviously,
dog-
they're not guards.
Yeah. So a dog is really a strange thing to see in a prison.
He's from the Celestial Bureau of Familiar Fair, some shit like that. It's all good.
He's
good.
from the beauty community.
I'll pull one of my cards out.
It's
And you
laminated.
and you're a priest?
No, my name is August Ibarra. I'm with the crew that you hired to get you out of here.
Okay.
Your legal team?
Yes.
But
That's the
did
best I
they?
can do on a lie.
But they didn't tell you. Did they tell you everything? Did they tell you what's going on?
Well, why don't you tell me so I can make sure they have?
Okay. My family is from Rustgrave.
Yes.
My
we met
father,
your
my
brother.
mother, my brother. You met my brother?
He's not doing well.
When did you meet my brother?
He has.
3
He's.
years ago. Oh, sorry.
How?
He's
What?
a zombie right now. And your town was taken over by gingerbread and fungi.
No. My town was forsaken by my father. He set this all up.
Rustgrave has a lot of problems.
Yeah, we might
No,
just want to like bomb
Rustgrave
that
has
town.
a single problem. My father.
Who is? Please tell me it's not Lego.
No, Lego's a fool. Lego doesn't know anything. Like, I'm being honest with you. He's a fool. That was what he.
So your father's in league with both the devil cookies and the mind flayers.
My father was in league with anything that would get him power, and was upset. Well, see, okay, I got to tell you, this is really how this all started. We found a vein of platinum. We started to mine it, but down there we also found. Well, I found a couple of books and some coins that didn't quite belong there. My father took them, and from that point on, he was obsessed. He was talking about building this grand structure underneath the house. He was talking about making a deal with a demon.
I think he pretty much did all of those things. At least he achieves his goal.
Yeah. He was discussing what he would give to be able to get what he sought. And that was when Terry disappeared. That was when Mom died. And I came to Antwerp to I came to Antwerp to seek help. And as soon as I arrived here, let's just say my luck has not been the best. A man died at my hands. And now I'm where I'm at now because of this, and it's really because of this. And she kind of, you see her fumble around a little bit, and her hands are behind her back, and you just hear a small snap,
Ugh.
and it's not. It sounds like a pencil breaking kind of thing,
I get that. My bones are really
and
sometimes.
and you just see like the wraps that were around her hand just kind of slide off, and she pulls her hands up, and right in her palm there's one of those coins that you guys saw in those crates that were crafted by someone in the abyss. She's got like the mark is kind of burnt into the palm of her hand.
Wow, that's nifty.
That's
That's
okay.
illegal.
It's not my doing, but I found the coins, and after finding these coins, this voice has been talking to me. Has been making things happen, which seem kind of, but for the better, I guess, because I'm not near my father. I'm about to escape this place, and it's also told me a couple of other things that I can do if need be.
Seems sketchy. Maybe you should
No,
refrain from that.
I don't trust it at all. Do you think I'm stupid?
No.
I don't think you're
Probably.
stupid, but everything's gone to shit, and I'm on this path isn't going to lead you anywhere great when we get you to paradise.
We can
Yeah.
probably find somebody to take a look at that.
I've already had a couple of people look at it, which, let me just say, I don't trust them
Do you
too
fucking
much.
trust anyone?
But their response, why should I? Their response.
So what did they have to say?
They had to say that I was royally and thoroughly, I believe, fucked was the word they used. And that this marking basically meant that I had been conscripted, and that I now belonged to the minter of this coin.
That seems super sus,
I
dude.
mean, unless you are willing.
But really, here's the deal. Here's the real big deal. We unleashed something else in that mine. There was a spirit, a tree near the entrance of the mine, who, she's not very happy about us mining anything.
Why don't you just give her some miracle growth so she shuts up?
She basically turned like 3 dozen of our miners into bushes.
At least it wasn't gingerbread.
True.
And we can't unbush them.
I mean, is being a bush the worst thing that could happen?
Well, they had families,
Well,
and now they don't.
they'll always have a dad then, because that bush will live forever.
But look, okay.
Kidding.
The tree, the woman in the tree, is at odds. I don't know her name. We were not on a name basis at that point when she was trying to stick her roots into my eyes.
Oh.
That sounds rude.
Yes.
Fucking bitch.
What a bitch.
But here's the deal, okay? She doesn't like whatever this is. She holds up her hand. She's very anti this.
So do you know where she hangs out?
In a tree.
Oh shit.
Right in front of the mine.
Okay. So if we're not anywhere near there, you'll be okay? Because that's kind of our plan, is to be nowhere near there.
Yeah, I'm not going back there.
Okay.
Even if I get out of here as planned, I'm going as far to the east as I possibly can. Even if it means I have to doggy paddle through the ocean, I will go as far east as I can.
Oi. So, I see what you did there. But, question. So, do you think that your dad became obsessed of his own accord, or do you think that the books he found influenced him to become fixated? Because I also had someone become fixated because of an object.
Oh no.
He's just a tool.
He was always looking to improve our fortune. And let's just say these things were tools that promised that. So it was very simple for him to go. It was very simple for him to give up his family for what he wanted.
Full heal. Got it.
Hell yeah.
And I don't want to.
What the fuck are you doing, Nick?
My eyes hurt.
Yeah. And I don't want to have anything at all to do with any of that. But I do know that until I can go, there's a place. There's a place. It keeps going through my head. There's a moon temple. It's right outside of this lake of pure blue energy. And if I go there and I do the things that the other voice tells me, and I'm not crazy. Is look. The woman in the tree near the mine is very upset. The other spirits that I speak to, they're not so upset. They're trying to tell me where to go to cleanse this, to get rid of this. But I can't do it if I'm still in this prison cell.
Right.
Which we're taking care of. So
We've got a
that's
plan
kind of
for that.
redundant.
And we're going to take you away from here, not near the tree.
Yep.
Someplace safe. And then we can figure out what to do next once we're not here.
Okay, but I want to make it clear. The tree, this is very, very clear. The spirit in the tree has nothing to do with this except that she hates this on my hand.
Fine.
She hates everything to do with it.
We will have plenty of time to sort that out once we're not here.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're going to have to watch me do something that's very painful, and I don't like to do it.
I don't
Fucking
have to watch.
Christmas.
And I will just turn around.
Oh my god.
Okay. You turn around.
Yeah.
She
I
reaches
can
back.
feed you.
No, she's taken the bindings off and she's ate some of the food, and she's like, well, I have to put them back on.
Groovy. Let's do it.
And she goes, when I do that,
Just kidding.
the marker here does not, and she points to like the coin symbol. She's like, does not appreciate being covered up. So I suffer for it. So just understand, it is temporary. It will pass.
Why don't I just feed you instead of you doing whatever this is?
Because I have to put the thing back on when the regular guards come anyway.
Why did you take it off in the first place? Jesus Christ.
Because I wanted you to know. You know what? I will wait till you
She
leave
wanted
to
to
put it back
flex.
on.
No, it's
No,
okay. You do you, babe.
You
but,
needed you needed to see, because I needed you to believe that I didn't do this.
we already believed you because that's part of the plot. So, we literally just first. So, let us do that, please.
There is something that bothers you, Bosco, a little bit on the way she said that. Just like something about the way she said, I needed you to believe I had nothing to do with this.
Oh, I have a whole bunch of questions about what's going on here, and somewhere off in the distance, Walter is terrified of all of this because he's putting connections. I'm putting connections together that may not be there right now. So yeah, like I'm worried about a lot of things, but I truly think that worrying about them later is for the best.
May I please use prestidigitation to make her hair look normal?
Yes.
Okay.
So you go through it, it removes the knots and cleans it out and everything, and
I'll just say OCD, sorry.
Yeah. Here we go. Got some fucking Nivea for you, and here you go.
So, what else can I do for you before you go?
Not much. We just wanted to come and get you ready to get the fuck out of here because it's not fair. Do we recognize the symbol? No? Like, she showed us the symbol or whatever. Is there any role that might...
Okay, when you guys were at the Dwarven camp, you found several crates that had coins that were minted in the abyss. That symbol is like the head's side face of that coin. It's like burnt into her palm.
Because I speak Abyssal, would that help me at all? With knowing more, or no?
Give me give me an Arcana check.
I think I have a ear infection or something. Jesus.
An ear infection? That's gross.
Can I give that a check as well?
It is a...
Actually, all of you except for Kixix can do that.
Yes.
17.
19.
Go biscuit. Go biscuit.
6.
I'm sorry, what was that number again?
6.
Oh. No, not this time, sorry.
Oh, honey.
Oh, what a shame. Sorry.
She might
You
recognize
lose
the
turn.
tree, though.
I'll know that tree, though.
Ooh, that tree looking
Oh,
hella
yeah.
fine.
Maybe it's a historical tree, an athletic tree.
That tree's athletic.
Buff as fuck.
The tree's flexing.
That pine.
Okay. The symbol, those coins were minted in Shatterstone.
Huh? I don't even know what Antwerp is, okay?
It's a stone that shatters.
Listen, no, it's the 524th layer of the abyss.
What? Hold on.
5.
Other 525th?
524th.
Oh,
524. Yes. And it's ruled by Vaprek, the ogre deity.
Spelling?
VAP.
Oh, so it's Shrek.
VAPRAK. Vaprek.
Shrek.
Damn, Daniel! Like, what the fuck? So far down.
Did you just
Vapor?
fucking damn Daniel? Oh my god.
Vapor the Destroyer was a demigod of destruction, frenzy, and violence. It was basically the patron deity of ogres and trolls. He was like a lesser god in the pantheon of giants.
I'm typing like a motherfucker.
And he looks like an oversized
Oversized.
troll.
Let's fuck him up. At level 3.
No, sorry. He was his avatar was actually a large ogre that had the regenerative abilities of a troll.
Oversized ogre looking ass motherfucker.
Yes.
Not good.
Now the coins, while they were, and she's like, well, while these were made, while these coins were made somewhere, I don't know. Like, you know more information about where the coins came from than
They're
she.
from Shatterstone.
She goes, the individual that made them, they were used as a bargaining tool to buy a minor noble in the Feywild.
To buy a minor noble in the Fae?
Yes, like a group of demons crossed over into the Feywild, kidnapped a minor noble, and brought this individual back. And these kidnappers were paid coins that were minted wherever they were minted. I don't know. I just, this thing is only telling me so much.
They were
And
made
it's
in
only-
Oklahoma.
And it's only telling me what it feels is necessary to get me to continue to do what it's asking.
Any idea where this moonbeam is or whatever the fuck to cleanse your hand? Is it like that Seth Green movie?
No, that's it's not idle hands. No,
Seth Green's finest movie.
Only movie?
oh no, he was in what? Can't Hardly Wait and several other ones.
Please,
one where
bitch.
they're
I was
lost
even
on a-
alive when those.
They had one where like the campers were lost in a canoe or something like that.
Yeah.
Without a paddle.
I know.
Oh,
what
was
you're
it
talking
Without a
Gen
paddle, yeah.
6?
Without a paddle.
Without a paddle, yep.
So I know this is a lot of information. Basically, the materials were taken from the platinum mine, were brought down into the abyss, where they were minted into coins. The individual was kidnapped, taken down to the abyss for someone's pleasure. I don't know. I don't know all the details. I just get the images, some of them. And so then any of the metal to come from there until it is cleansed is cursed. I already told your father this, but he still wanted the mine anyway. And I'm not going to fight him because I don't want anything to do with it.
So this is a lot.
There's a lot.
See, this was just gonna be a simple prison break,
Yeah.
and now it's got demons in it.
But like it doesn't because they're not interested in any of you.
Rude.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I don't.
Bitch.
Demons have notoriously low attention spans, so yeah,
Same.
they're not really interested in any one person.
So, not this one. This is I'm gonna tell. I see two images every night as I try to sleep. One is a pool of putrid water, and surrounding that pool of putrid water, there's a skull covered in mold and mushrooms.
Jesus.
And it speaks, and then there's the ogre. I didn't sign up for any of this. My father did. I just want to be gone. So that's why I'm asking you to break me out of here. I don't care what happens to any of the platinum in that mine anymore. I don't care what happens to Rustgrave. I don't care what happens to, well, frankly, I don't care what happens to any of you either. I don't mean to be
Rude.
that type of person, but that's who I am at this point. I just want to go. The place I'm seeking is near Meadowwild. It's just a lake of energy. That's all I know. And I'll go there to the temple, and the curse will be lifted, and then I'll be done with all of this.
Okay, go on board with that.
All right.
And what I can tell you is that I don't think in the scheme of things you assisting me will bring ire, their ire onto you. I think they're going to be more concerned with what I'm going to be doing next compared to you helping me walk out. That's all I got to say. I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to put my bindings back on, and I hope that I never have the opportunity to see any of you again.
Well, that's fucking rude because we plan on trying to help you, but I understand
If you feel
the
that way,
sentiment,
bye.
I guess. I just want to help you, bruh.
Okay. So with that being said, I think that's a good place to call it for the night. We can clarify things as needed. I feel that maybe I think I got the whole gist of everything out, but I kind of feel like in the back of my head there's one nagging bit I'm missing. But we'll make it clear later if there
can always
is.
retcon it if we
Yep,
have to.
if there is. So why don't you start tonight, Katie?
Hello, I'm Katie. You can find me at KatieBugs on basically anywhere. But Instagram is what I use the most. KateyGucz. And I'll pass it on to Kevin.
You can track me down at Evil Sales S on Twitter. We got games scheduled for Sunday night and Monday night this week. It is Curse of the Azure Bonds on Sunday and Waterdeep, but it's been spreading out more along the Sword Coast right now. So they're on the road.
We just call
Possibly
it
soon
Waterdeep.
be on a boat. It's going to be. They go places, they do things, shenanigans ensue. Good times. Nick, you're up next.
Hi, yes, hello, BlueOr94YT on Twitter, as well as just the Carpe Nerdus page. Find me also BlueOr94 on PSN. I'm just there doing my thing. And yes, I am in the Monday game, and the kind of shenanigans that we get into, I just try to either kiss or lick everything. And that's pretty much me. Rozzy, your turn.
Cinder Wizard on Instagram. It's basically just pets and books, and bitching. And then Cinder Wizard on PlayStation. If you want to play Call of Duty or Minecraft with myself and Nick. Nick basically makes everyone look like they ought to just quit the fucking game with Minecraft. So there's that. Derek.
Well, you can find me in the Sunday game on here. You can find me on Twitter as Disposable Idiot. And you can find us possibly next Friday. I mean, as far as I know right now, we're planning for next Friday. I will see you guys later. Have a good night.
Alrighty,
Alright.
good night, everyone. Bye.